Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you all so much for coming. How is everybody doing? I can see comments already. Oh, wow. The chat room is busy. Wow. So many comments already. Interesting. It seems a lot of you like this topic today. Okay, so let's get the conversation started. Thank you all so much for tuning in. How are you all doing? Happy Sunday, wherever you are. If you're coming by for the first time, you're welcome. This is Virtual Grace. If you've not subscribed, don't forget, click on the subscribe button and tap on the bell. When you tap on the bell, YouTube will notify you when I upload new videos or do a live stream like I'm doing now. So endeavor to click. Let's get it started. So this topic is really interesting. I found it and I was like, wow, I need to talk about this with my people, and they would be interested in this topic. That a church in Onitsha, Anambra State, here in Nigeria, um, held a prayer walk for Donald Trump, and the goal is, concerning the 2020 elections. And I'm like, this is definitely going to be interesting. People would like to hear it. So if you're in a chat room, you're an American. If you are an American in the chat room and you want to join this conversation, just indicate. I'm going to drop the link in the chat room so that you come up and let's discuss this. What do you think about this move by this Nigerian church that they held a prayer walk for Donald Trump? What do you think? The link is in the chat room. Click on it and join me and let's talk. So these are images. These are images. First, here it says, Donald J. Trump, America needs a man like you. See the picture there. Can you see? From the same prayer walk. This is the second one, which I used as the thumbnail. And the picture here, they are carrying placards. One says, Christians for Trump 2020. The other one says that the Hezekiah prays for Israel. Daddy Hezekiah prays for Trump, Pence, and United States of America. The other one, the other placard says that the Hezekiah prays for Israel, yes. And then the big banner says 2020, 4 more years. Trump, keep America great. This is it. You can see it on the on the thumbnail already. So this is another one. This was a procession when they were walking. Can you see the picture there? It says Trump Pence 2020, just a prayer walk for Donald Trump. So what do you think about this move by this Nigerian church? By the way, the name of this church is Living Christ Mission Incorporated. This person posted it and said, Nigerian church, Living Christ Mission Incorporated, led by Most Reverend Professor Daddy Hezekiah, went on a prayer walk for US President Donald Trump in Onitsha, Anambra State, Nigeria. And people have been protesting against police brutality and bad government. And this very pastor couldn't come out with his members to join the protest. Pastors are joining the problems we are facing today in this country. Yeah, so this is then the post this person made on Facebook. So I found this very interesting and if you're also a Nigerian, my goodness, my light just went off. Let me fix it. Yep, we're back. If you're also a Nigerian and would like to, my light is acting. I hope it doesn't go off again. If you're also a Nigerian and would like to join this conversation, I've dropped the link in the chat room. So click on it and join me. Let's talk about this. Like, I'm dropping the link again. Just quickly read some of the comments that you guys have been dropping. EU Akata says, Peace Queen, speak to diseased mentality and spiritual state some of us are in. Okay, so according to him, that this action speaks to the diseased mentality and the spiritual state of some of us. From Region 6 of African Union. Hi, you're welcome. MAGA, that is Make America Great Again. Trump is on your side. Okay, that's what this person is saying. That is grab it. Miss R says hello from West Africa plus dash plus what? You're welcome. Someone says Ahmad. Joe Biden for president. That's what another person has said. Obama was worse than him anyway. Prayer for Israel. The way they mistreat the Ethiopian Jews, the real Jews. Another person is saying neither Donald Trump nor Joe Biden are worthy of the black vote. Abdul Sharif say I agree with that. Okay, he's agreeing to a point that someone has made. Official True Drew says they be selling out in Nigeria. They love white supremacy is too much like the many in Florida and don't know how we curse ourselves. Okay. I have no respect for no voters either. Grab it says, you didn't hear about the laptop from hell, Joe Biden's daughter's diary. Okay, well, I don't know about that. Oh yeah, Sleepy Joe been showering with his daughter. That's serious. Mark says, people where they do this now, God go punish them. when Nigerian governance when Nigerian youth were protesting bad governance, the Trump said they would exactly. You are all fools for giving too much concern about American issues. And you say this is the issue. Like, why do people concern themselves so much with things that are happening, in other parts of the world? And like I rightly agree with this person that made this post that when youth in Nigeria were protesting police brutality on the street, this same church and the leadership didn't take it upon themselves to add their own voice to it. They are probably joining the youth to protest and all. But now it's a question of Donald Trump election and they're holding a prayer walk for him. So is this a case of misplaced priorities or just confusion or what? Like, I honestly don't understand. Latasha says, I just don't understand supporting white supremacy as a melanated person. I truly don't. Well, the sentiments are different most times, especially on the continent. People have different reasons for their actions, and I bet you this said leadership of this church and the members would give you cogent reasons why they held that prayer walk for Donald Trump. Yes, prayer for Trump re-election. We don't need beast system right now. Trump favors the church. Can you hear that? And this is from Memo chapter Kipsigis. That's his comment, that, yeah, that's good. That according to him, that prayers for his re-election because we don't need a beast system. So you see people who are supporting that action. Another person says, only because Nigeria have much crooks like like Trump. They love for oh no, that's not true. That's not true. Oh my goodness. Power has gone out. Let me go quickly turn on my gen before this light goes off completely. Give me a second. I'm back. I'm back, fam. Yeah, so someone says, with all what is going on in Nigeria, how do they find time to pray for Trump? Seriously, that's the question. These people are they probably didn't join in the protest too, and they're not praying for the country. They're not holding a prayer walk for the peace of the country, or for the issues that are bothering us. They're holding prayer work for Donald Trump. Someone says, greetings, Grace. Hello, Bishop. Welcome. So a lot of people have joined in already. Hi, Eunice. Welcome. Gladys is here. Thank you. Heavenly, beautifully black. You're welcome. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. If you'd love to join the conversation, I've dropped the link again. Click on the link and you will be live with me. What do you think? At least Trump does not want intervention in other countries. That's what someone else is saying. Oh my, does Africa never learn? They are not interested in making Africa great. They became wealthy by living off your resources. Exactly. So those are some of the things. Many people are ignorant and they just keep supporting systems that are not set up. I think Donald Trump was he not the one who said that Africa, Nigeria is a shit? You know what he said about Africa? And here they are supporting him, holding prayer work for him. Why don't they make night vigils prayer for Emeka and all the innocent people locked away in abattoir? Yeah, hi, PG rated. You're welcome. So Americans in the chat room, what do you think about this? Click on the link and join me. Let's talk about this action. I mean, it's benevolent of that church to hold a prayer walk for Donald Trump, right? Joy Adeyeye, Africans need to learn to respect that. Honestly, like I don't know what I can't explain it. Like I can't put it in words what the problem is with Africans. I honestly do not understand, you know. Yes, he said about Haiti as well, being a shit. Exactly. So it's really unfortunate. And these are the same people now, this church is holding prayer for him, for 2020. Come 2020 election. It's like some spell. Honestly, it seems like it's a spell. When I ask Nigerians why they like Trump, they say because he has money and he's a good businessman. I have to remind them that all his business go bankrupt. And that's right, Eunice. Just like Eunice has said, a lot of Nigerians, they will tell you why they like Trump, why Trump is the best president for America. And we are here battling bad governance. Bad governance. And some of these Trump supporters would still, come to the defense of Trump and ignore the issues that we are facing here in Africa, or in Nigeria. So I honestly don't know. Like someone mentioned here, it seems like it's a spell. Seems like it was a spell. What's wrong with Nigerians? Can we please use critical thinking skills? Exactly. But you see, the thing is, most times, because people, the opinions that people form here in Nigeria, or should I say Africa at large, are based on the narratives that the media pushes out. So most times, one of the most accessible American media here in Nigeria, for instance, is CNN. And then other media. So the opinion that people form are based on these things that they listen to on TV, read on a few blogs here and there. These are people who have not been to America, probably people who will probably never be to America, people who do not understand how American politics or the American economy really operates and how it impacts on the lives of Americans, in all of the diversity in terms of race, white Africans, Native Africans, African Americans, and all of that. It's people here who really don't even understand how those political dynamics work, but they are the ones who have opinions about America. America is this, Trump is good for America. And I'm here asking, so how does that impact on you as a Nigerian citizen? You're sitting here, you're probably going to struggle for COVID-19 palliative that has been busted in some warehouse somewhere, and you're sitting here talking about Trump. How does that impact on your life, your livelihood, and your quality of life? Yeah, I know that Trump, for Trump, in Trump's case, I know that CNN is anti-Trump. I'm just saying that most times the general opinions that people form are based on, CNN and a few blogs here and there that people read, and then they decide, okay, so this is the actual narrative. And I'm not discrediting Nigerians. There are some Nigerians who, live in America, who have been to America, and who have access to other media that they can get, different perspectives and opinions as far as American politics and economy is concerned. But for the vast majority, it's just based on what they read on some blogs and all. So this said man of God, his title, this is his title, like most reverend professor daddy. So yes, his title is so long. He's the one who led the church to hold this prayer walk for Donald Trump. So, and I bet you he has preached and told his congregation cogent reasons and giving them cogent reasons why they have to hold that prayer walk for Trump, and why, Trump is a good choice for America. They're just here saying, make America great again. 4 more years. Keep America great. That's what this banner says. This particular prayer banner here that they held. 2020, 4 more years. Trump, keep America great. Trump is keeping America great while police brutality is disturbing us in Nigeria. How does that impact you? When your child can go out and risk being brutalized by police, you are not demanding accountability from your government. You are here telling Trump to make America great again. The same place that you probably go to apply for a visa, they will deny you that visa and say you are not qualified to go to their country. You are here holding prayer walk for him, telling him to make America great. So the mentality, I don't understand. Hi, King Mike, welcome.
How you doing? I'm back. It's good to see y'all doing. Y'all got the situation seemingly a little more under control in Nigeria. I assume it's calmed down a little bit.
Yes.
I attended. I'm gonna explain to you a lot of things of what's going on around Donald Trump and why a lot of people are gaining trust in him. Number one, the reason why people are gaining trust in Donald Trump is because he is the first American president, other than John F. Kennedy, to call out government corruption on the highest levels. Donald Trump is a president that they refer to as a conspiracy theorist. You familiar with conspiracy theories? When they talk about when they talk about New World Order and, you know what I'm saying, demonic government and Satanists running government. Well, Donald Trump is the second president to call that out publicly as president. That is demonic, satanic people running the government, and they all corrupt. He is the second president, and the first president was JFK, and they assassinated him for speaking that truth, talking about secret societies and things like that. You can research JFK and see why they murdered JFK, for calling out secret societies and people who run world governments and have demonic agendas. Now, I'm a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real brother. So, but I'm also in tune with the conspiracies, because a lot of people don't realize that the word conspiracy means to plan. Theory is what they threw in. Theory is what the CIA put in to throw people off. Now, what's been going on, like when I told you the last time we were speaking, the US government determines eventually what happens in other world governments, because our dollar controls everybody else's currency. So the US is a big factor in the rest of the world governments, and that's definitely including Africa. Because we know that everybody has their hand in Africa. Now, I don't know exactly what Donald Trump's agenda is for Africa. I haven't heard him speak on Africa much, really. I really haven't. I hear a lot of rumors of people saying that Trump said he bombed Ethiopia and some other stuff about, I just recently heard something about a dam in Egypt. Trump said that they should blow up the dam in Egypt and all of that so they can flow back water into the River Nile or whatever. I haven't heard anything about that. I think it's a rumor. but Trump is the first president to call out world government corruption. He is the first president to implement a task force to recover missing children, first in the country. And he talks a lot about the southern border between the US and Mexico. And the southern border is a key factor in trafficking children, and they traffic drugs. So when Trump talks about the southern border between the US and Mexico, he's running down on child sex trafficking rings and drug rings. And another important factor is it's a whole bunch of videos out here that a lot of people, just, you know, like us being regular people now, we have to report on the news, right? Because we can't depend on the mainstream news anymore to report any real news. They never have and they never will. And Donald Trump is the first president to point out the fact that we are listening to fake news. He calls the media fake news because he knows that they don't report on any real news. And anybody with common sense that knows that the media doesn't tell you what's really going on. They lied to us. And Donald Trump is the first president to tell us that. Now, I understand it's a lot of black people who are like, okay, black people shouldn't trust no white man and we want to separate from the white man. And I agree with that. We do need to separate from the Caucasian society. We won't be able to prosper if we deal with their politics. So we do need to separate soon. We do. But I also know that it's a lot of white people that have stepped up to help a lot of people in the black race. There's a lot of white people that will help a black person before a black person will help another black person. That's a fact, and we see it a lot in America. So I believe that Trump is not a racist. I believe that he sincerely has the best agenda for America, as in he wants us to remain free. The Democrats want America to become a communist, socialist country, just like China and the rest of the communist countries. They want the people to be fully dependent on the government. And Donald Trump wants the people here to control the government. The people should have control over government. The government, in any government, should never have control over the people. In government, the people voice to the political leaders what they want done in the communities, and those government officials are supposed to implement what the people want. But instead, for like the past 100 years or more, government has been doing whatever they want to do, and they don't implement what the people want done. And Donald Trump is against that. Donald Trump wants the people's voice to be heard, and he wants the government to comply with what the people want. And they know that, and that's why they have been slandering Donald Trump for the last 4 years, before he's even come in office. We all know that Obama was not an ally of the people. Matter of fact, Obama was the most harmful to the black community in particular, especially African, because he had Muammar Gaddafi assassinated. And Obama knew that when he assassinated Muammar Gaddafi, the Libyan slave trade would start. And that's what happened. And that's what got our people in Libya in slavery right now, because Obama had Muammar Gaddafi assassinated. Muammar Gaddafi was going to create Libya's own currency, and he was going to strengthen the people. And they knew that, and they had him killed. Obama called that hit. Barack Obama is not one of us. He has a white mother. And many people have done research on Obama, and they found that, first of all, that's not his real name. His name is Barry Soetoro, and his mother is white. And also they have found that his mother has direct relationship to Adolf Hitler. Let that sink in. Barack Obama's mother may have direct relationship to Adolf Hitler. And we know what Hitler did. So Barack Obama was really a terrorist in blackface in America. He wasn't even eligible to be president of the United States because he should have been born here. Obama was never born in America. He was born in Kenya. and he grew up in Indonesia. It's a lot of things that people do not know. And I'm not going to tell y'all no lie, because this is serious. This serious stuff that we're dealing with. I will be going in more raw, but I want to respect your platform, because last time I got a little, you know what I'm saying, out of hand or whatever. But what we are going through right now is the biggest government cover-up and the biggest government lie in world history. And what's been happening has affected the whole world. Donald Trump called out Hillary Clinton on live television for trafficking children out of Haiti. Over 200 children. Donald Trump called her out on live television for trafficking kids out of Haiti when the earthquake happened. When that earthquake happened, Hillary Clinton raised billions of dollars through her Clinton Foundation. They went to Haiti and they used that opportunity to traffic little children out of the country. Over 200 and something kids went missing under Hillary Clinton's watch. Ask any Haitian that knows about the Clintons in Haiti, and they will tell you that they're not allowed back in Haiti because they were trafficking kids. That's a fact. I got video on it. It's video proof and evidence. It's so many YouTubers that have done research on these topics. And I'm gonna leave you with one more thing before I go. I don't want to hold you up. I really want y'all to let this sink in. I really want y'all to listen and research what I'm telling y'all. Hey, what's up, sister? I remember seeing you the other day. How you doing?
Salam, my brother.
But I want y'all to do this research. Please just take the time and do the research. First of all, don't do no research on Google, because Google is completely corrupt. They're completely biased, and they're a part of that beast system that people talk about. When we talk about Bill Gates and his vaccination agenda, he is one of the key players in it. Bill Gates got richer this year, even richer. All of the elites got richer this year. Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, got richer. Bill Gates got richer, and he stepped down from Microsoft. He is one of the main leaders for the World Health Organization. He's the #1 funder to the World Health Organization. And hold on. I think he's second to China when it comes to funding for the World Health Organization. He's second to China. So when Donald Trump calls out China and says China is responsible for everything that's going on, he's telling the truth. He's the only president to call out China. And we know that China is a problem because China has been trying to pillage Africa, and they pillaged other nations, and they took over Jamaica. China already owns Jamaica. They got Beijing Highway in Jamaica. How do you have Beijing Highway in Jamaica? Everything in the world is made in China. So China is one of the main issues of the world right now. Not the people, but the government, the communist government. China is known for trafficking human body parts. China is known for using human body parts, and they process it as meat, and they sell it to countries as meat. And it has been found that China was canning human meat, and they were sending it to places in Africa. That's a fact too. Now, I want to tell y'all, before I shut up, use DuckDuckGo.com. DuckDuckGo.com is a search engine that's not censored, and it's not controlled by these elites. Go on DuckDuckGo and type in Pizzagate. And when you type in Pizzagate, you will find out that government elites such as Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and many other, Bill Clinton, and many other people that's affiliated with the high governments in the world, the Prince of England, the Queen of England, you will find that they are responsible for trafficking children all over the world for ritual sacrifice. And we know that ritual sacrifice is a real thing because they even state it in all of their religious books. And in many of those religious books, they say that it's ordained and necessary. In Catholicism, child sacrifice is necessary and legal. And so is child pedophilia.
Right. So thank you. But a lot of people are dropping comments in the chat room here. A lot of people have the opinion that some of the things you're saying are not true, while some agree with some of your opinions and all. But
Well,
the big question is, how does this to a large extent impact Nigeria directly, for instance, and Africa as a whole? Because the priority, especially for us Nigeria now, is the insecurity and the issues with police brutality and all of the things we are dealing with. That's like the pressing thing now. And a lot of people are asking that why is this church holding a prayer walk for Donald Trump while the house is boiling? If these people must hold a prayer walk and pray, why are they not holding it to pray for peace in Nigeria, for instance, to pray for good governance? And some people have asked that while youth were on the street protesting and calling for an end to brutality and for an end to bad governance, this particular church probably didn't even join in the protest or lend a voice. So how is it that they are leaving the issues here at home and putting how will I put it, and addressing or praying for someone in America to become a president? So that's a big question. So just for those of you in the chat room, if you want to join the conversation, I've been dropping the link. If you feel like the things he's saying are not accurate, kindly click on the link and join us on the panel and air your own view as well. Before we go back to you, Mike, Liv Lightwell is here. Let's hear from her. Welcome.
Salama fam.
Well,
Salama fam in Africa. Thank you for having me on. Baruch atah, that means in Hebrew, bless you, Grace, and my brother. Thank you for having me here. I did want to have you on my channel because I'm going to be talking to Clayton Udo, who is a Biafran. He's from Nigeria, and he has a lot of political context on all of this stuff, okay? But back to what you guys are talking about. It's all of these things that my brother is talking about is the larger spiritual and political context that is coming to bear on what's going on there. Now, I've already said to you guys, oh, sorry, I have my monitor over there and my camera here. Gotta look at you guys, sorry. So I've already said to you guys that we are on the verge of World War III. You can watch some Shaking My Head Productions videos on Albert Pike to find out the plan for World War III, which is to be kicked off by the Muslims, okay? The Muslim faith is supposed to take over the whole world and then drift everybody off into Luciferianism. That's why my brother here is talking about the fact that the Clintons, it's also, as we know, and my brother, it's two wings of the same bird, right? It's one bird, it's the Edomite bird, it's the eagle, who is the symbol of Edom. You guys are Israel, you guys are you're Jacob, okay? And the Edomites married in with the Ishmaelites and created this Muslim religion, a fake one, okay? And
please.
Just hear me out. I'm just giving you the biblical history and your genetic origins and why you're under attack. So back to the eagle. The eagle is America. The eagle is also ruled by the Edomites. And I have video, if you want, I can show you, that talks about the fact that when Buhari gets all these billion-dollar loans, he takes them, the cash money, requests it only in cash, and the Fulani assist them in shipping all these billions of dollars to the United States, which then Trump gets. Now, I say that it's two wings of the same eagle because no matter who it is, whether it's Democrats or Republicans, it's all the same bird. It's all achieving and flying in the same direction to destroy the people of the diaspora, okay? The people of Israel, okay? And now every other nation can come along with us or they go along with the wicked one. So the reason why my brother is bringing up all this human sacrifice and stuff is because even the woman that you showed, the rapper on your channel this morning on your broadcast, she talked about the fact that there were all these dead bodies. and that the military actually took these dead bodies and they are selling them for human body parts. This is why my brother is mentioning what the Chinese do. This is also what the credibly alleged rapist Donald Trump, and I even have pictures of him with his daughter that are very suggestive when she's 13 and 12 in his bedroom, her rubbing up on him. There are numerous pictures of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein and documentation from Ghislaine Maxwell that he flew on a plane with a number of underage girls with Epstein. So the whole thing is corrupt. There's no, we can't take on any labels. We can't take on any right wing or left wing label, support this guy, support that guy. Right now, Biden is being taken down for all of his pedophile stuff. His son has been talking about exposing all the stuff on his computer. So prophetically, nothing after November. Yeah, Trump is going to win. That's what Pat Robertson said. That's what everybody's planning to do, the forces that be. But America is falling. China and Russia are coming in to destroy it. Now, I have to tell you what happened in America is they took Black Lives Matter, which is your stars, and they took all the young people who don't know history, who've been brainwashed with media history about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and everything, and they said they protested, you go out and protest. And they shot them with rubber bullets. They imprisoned a lot of people, and they said, hey, our experiment worked. And they did it all over the rest of the world too, very organized for the poor African diaspora who is not very organized, okay? And they said, wow, hey, it worked. We could just shoot them out in public. We could imprison them. We could attack them on camera. They just fell for it. Even though protesting has not worked since the 1960s, because any changes instituted in America in the 1960s were directly connected to riots by African Americans and their destruction of property in the United States and their fear of that, not peaceful protest. And any peaceful protest that worked because people prayed. And where there were actually white supremacists with guns coming into those situations. And people like Dick Gregory, you'll talk about the fact that they prayed. But not much came out of peaceful protesting. And we are, why? Because in America, George Floyd still gets his neck trampled on and people are being shot in the back. But the upshot of this experiment was, hey, so now if we export this experiment on the same people, the bounty people, the people who were sold into slavery, the people who were captured by the Islamists and sold into America into slavery, we take this model that we've experimented on with soft targeting, the soft targets of the protesters. Now we're going to take it over to Nigeria because don't nobody care about them. Nobody cares about them. We're going to go over there and we're going to hard target shoot them because they're going to look at all their brothers and sisters around the world and they're going to go, hey, they're protesting. Around the 60s, we started protesting. We started fighting against imperialism. So they'll just imitate their brothers over there in the United States. They'll go out and they'll soft body protest and we'll mow them down with machine guns. Because why? What is our agenda? Why did we introduce vaccinations? Why did we introduce polio into Africa? Why did we introduce Ebola into Africa? Why did we introduce AIDS into Africa? Because our agenda is genocide. And so we got to get rid of those Africans. Why? Because the original people in America were black with midnight skin. They were not these Bering crossing, straight-haired, Mongoloid, Asian sort of white-looking people. They were black with black skin. Google John Ogilvy's book on America, and you will see the same people with the same headdresses and everything that the Igbo Nigerians wore, because it's the same people. They went over there in ships like about 1100 BC, and that land had nothing in it, and they built that land up. They were black. They massacred them. Then they called them Negroes and they conflated them with the Africans who came over on ships. And in fact, they are the same people, but they were there first. But they massacred over 100 million of them. What they are saying, what China, what everybody is saying is America was the experiment for Africa because they want Africa. and they want to genocide you. And they're like, you know, those people get caught up in what's going on on a macro level in their local country. They're not looking at the larger political situation, and they've kept you that way. They've kept you that way through colonialist education. They've kept you that way through media. They've kept you that way by using our boulets, our actors, our musicians, our boule politicians, who are basically blackface mammies. In other words, they are caping, fronting as being for you, but they're basically modeling and telling you what to do that will suit global white supremacy. And so they do the same thing with your actors and everything. They're modeling for you because they are then going to say, hey, follow us. We're talking to your government. Why don't you compromise? Negotiate with the people who just mowed you down with machine guns. That's what your enemy says. We call these mammies house Negroes, house niggers, or black boulets. In other words, they've taken on the mindset of the Greeks, of their oppressor, their Euro oppressor, and they're just walking around in black skin, but they're Oreos. They're white on the inside. So basically,
thanks for your
so that's contextualization to understand how global politics and what happens with African Americans comes to bear on what's happening with you guys. You just can't get caught up in they're attacking us. Let's negotiate. Let's keep protesting. They're going to keep shooting you. There's a plan literally. And before that, they were going house to house and taking you in and killing you and burying you. They've been doing that before these open protests. Now it's just more fish in the bucket to shoot. You have to hide. You have to get together. You have to get weapons. You have to protect yourself. I'm not saying attack them, and I'm saying ignore them. Don't give them any honor. Don't see them as your leaders. They're not your people. They're not your friend. They're your enemy. They hate you. They're the same people as Obama. Obama is not the same genetics as the diaspora. The Fulani are not the same genetics as you guys. Buhari is not the same person. They're your enemies. I can show you old African maps where it shows Edom above in Negro land and Negro land below. Edom, the Edomites. And you guys are Israel. And that's what this guy, Biafra, Clayton Udo, can educate you all about that. And
thanks for your point, Rachel. Just hold that thought. Just a quick point. Nigeria does not recognize Biafra. Nigeria is Nigeria. Everybody who comes from Nigeria is a Nigerian. And that's just one point we need to point out. You know, Biafra is not recognized. All right. So, Heavenly Beautifully Black, you're welcome. You can unmute yourself.
Hey, love. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, my sister. You know, there is such a deficit of understanding beyond, you know, sometimes we suffer from a deficit of knowing beyond what we already are used to. Like we live in the US, but we don't realize that sometimes our mind is very closed. It's almost like someone just staying in the village. They stay in the village, or they just stay in Nigeria. They never travel out of Nigeria, or they never challenge themselves to look beyond Nigeria. What I wanted to say is this. Let me touch on the Edo thing. Edo, Idumia is the same thing. Is the same thing. Even if you check with the Edos have a system, a traditional system where they're, you know, where you would call similar to a kingship that is called a duke. What happened is, long time ago, the blacks, which they called Moor, black means Moor means black man. That's what it means in Sudan. And of course, we know time ago, according to many maps, because I have a whole bunch of maps. I have maps of Africa and the US going back to 1300. So if we really look into that, these people, which were called the Moors, and they were seafarers, they traveled out of Africa. They were the establishers of this planet. Black people were the establishers of this planet. That's why they say the out of Africa thing. It is very true. But what happened is those people, of course, went and conquered in Europe for a very long time ago. They conquered in Europe for a very long time ago, and they mixed with the people there, and they had children. Hence, why you hear rumors of the Queen of England of being descended from black. She has some. There's some queens before her. Maybe I believe two queens or one queen before that used to powder their face white. And according to ancestry DNA and those tests, of course, you'll see that a lot of the Europeans there are coming up with African descent. Now, what people don't know is there's a rise and fall of kingdoms constantly. One area can have a rise and fall so many times. We're some of the things we read about, all the things we read about and we praise about, all of it happened in the continent of Africa. But we are taught that, oh my God, Israel is this little land, this tiny bitty land, like God don't know how to count, like God is impartial. This tiny bitty land he promised. No, God said, the Bible says that he gave the land flowing with milk and honey. So the land flowing with milk and honey that everybody wants is Africa. Everybody wants Africa. Everybody wants her resources, including her people, because the people and the children of Africa is a resource. So what happened is the descendants of those people that mixed with the white people in all of Europe, which is as an extension of the Roman Empire, they had children. And what did their children do? Their children oppressed us. Their children took the children of Africa and oppressed Africans as slaves. So that's the only egos that we need to be talking about. Now, when we talk about the Philistine, Fuller, we can't say, oh, we're not related to them. Can't even say that, because even if you look into ancient texts, these people mixed up. We all mixed up. Everybody is related. This is why when we take the ancestry DNA or they're doing research, it's showing that the whole sub-Saharan is related. We are related. The problem you have here is that people want to go and take over. Now let's go back to this. I have a problem with this. We have to. We know there's we know there's a supreme God. We can just go to him, right? Now, my thing is that everything we say, oh, you know what? This is what they said. This is what we believe, everything they write. We know they tampered with our history. We know they lied. They didn't even want us to read. They didn't even want us to talk to our people. So even the very scripture, which I do not doubt is the truth, even that can be tampered with. So you have to really line yourself up with God before you can even say that all these things are true. Because you can know anything, you can know something, but you need the revelation of God to come and tell you the truth. Now, let me go back to when we're saying about the church. I already know because I go to a Nigerian church. There's a lot of brainwashing, and I believe you can't follow the mass because, oh my God, somebody prophesied and somebody said so and so is King Cyrus, because the man bears no godly fruit. He bears no godly fruit. And if you go and tell me to say that this man is godly, then I question you. I question you. Really, next thing people gonna be starting to tell you is come and take the mark. And that's how I see it. My thing is, why can't we just call a spade a spade? He ain't fruitful. The only fruits he has is corrupt fruits. And let's just be honest. I don't trust really none of them. I had some type of respect. I have some type of respect for both of them, to be honest. The only respect I got for Trump, because he born in the state I was born in. The only respect I have for Trump is that he just is he speaks his mind. That is all. He just speaks his mind. You have to give respect to where respect is due. But other than that, I don't see anything good in him being good for us. And but to be honest, even though someone can be corrupt, God can use that corrupt person to work out something that is needed for the community. For instance, if Trump wasn't in office, I'm sure and we wasn't suffering all this persecution, or let's just say the persecution didn't turn up like this, I don't think we would have been more united. I don't think I don't believe that our eyes would have been forced to be open the way it's forced to be open now. So there is something good coming out of it. Now the agenda is that everybody wants a piece of Africa. Everybody always talk about in church. Oh, or in Christian. Oh, you know what? Everybody wants a piece of Israel. No, everybody wants Africa because that's who Africa is. But the problem is we don't study. And if you want to talk about we talk about Edomites. They always talk about New York. Trust me, come out Jamaica State, Jamaica Station. They will come for you. They'll come for you if they even see you messing with a white person. They just will attack you. But the thing is that you have to be careful what you're saying, because this is how I know some people don't know African culture, because Edo and Edu and Ethiopia, that same word that they're saying is in Africa, is right in Nigeria. It's not even just in Nigeria. Even the children, even Timan, all of them, Niger, they're all over the place. Why is that? They didn't just pop up because Africa is the land of the scriptures. Everybody is related. So I feel like just the same way how they said the blood of Jesus has power. So even if the scriptures use that context of the power of the blood of the Messiah, right? Even if I mix up with another group, we're now related. So how can I say that you're not a part of me because I just feel like I have a problem with you? No. And I want to talk about the fact that we say that the Muslim is gonna take over, but but China is not even Muslim. China don't care what religion you are. China believes in a whole nother thing. I do believe that the Muslim people are going to come in and try to take over. Of course, they're going to try, but I see something superseding even the Muslim community. Is China, the way they believe? Come and worship me. Come and worship me. China believes in that. China believes in the sense where, you know what, you must have only my picture in your house. You must worship me as a leader. So I believe that their agenda is over everything. Now, another thing we need to think about is um Fossey and Bill Hell Gates is American, European American. He's not Chinese. So there is a connection. There's some kind of organization. I don't know, something they came together, collaboration, something. Because everybody wants power. Now, I do not see how praying for Trump, or not even just praying for Trump. You could pray for anybody, but I don't see how you can have a prayer wall for Trump, and it will benefit Nigeria. I just don't get that. How it can benefit Nigeria? It let me tell you something. What happens in the U.S. doesn't happen in Africa, in the sense where it can tear, because when it's your time to rise. And I don't care what anybody say. If God said it's your time, you gonna rise. And I believe it's our time. But everybody have to realize that there's a corrupt government system worldwide. It's a corrupt government system in Africa. It's a corrupt government system in all the lands where all the African descendants are, where all of them are. So what I believe is happening is there is a revolution against those systems. Think about it. There's a revolution against those systems. So now we're at the crossroad where you can break or make it. So I think we need to really, really think about those things, or what we're, think about everything. Yes, I would never say Obama is not a part of me. Is not a part of us because he a black man. That's all. I can't talk like. I mean, he's probably not a descendant of slaves, but how I know that? How I don't know that his white mother, that's American, it doesn't have some kind of black ancestry in her or something. I just can't. I can't think about that right now. I just see that, you know what? Black people are oppressed, and I believe that we need to get united. I'm not with, I'm gonna tear down my black. I'm not going for that. And let me tell you how this country runs. I don't care which black person want to be a president. A black person can never really rule this country. It's not going to happen. He's going to be a tool. And that's one thing I have respect for Trump about. He do what the hell he want to do. I'm not saying it's good, and I'm not saying I even like him, but at least he do what he want to do, and that's at least one thing I think Obama should have done. He should have attempted to rebel against the system harder, and that's about it. So I just feel like all of this, let's do a prayer wall for Trump and blah 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 blah. I feel like, or he's the Cyrus. No, that's the wrong king. I think if he's a Cyrus, the only Cyrus you're gonna be is he's gonna help black people leave this country. That's about it. That's the only Cyrus I see him being as. Other than that, he's very similar to King Nebuchadnezzar. Mina see him different at all. From no. I don't see him. I don't see him right. I don't see him as a righteous person. I don't see that. But regardless of him not being a righteous person, I think that God could still do something. But we need to call a spade a spade. If you the devil, you the devil. Just call it the truth. That's all I gotta say, y'all.
All right, thank you. My internet is giving me problems today again, so I've been trying to. Now I'm signed in on my mobile device, so I'm just trying to keep tab with the conversation and all. Can you all still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't know why I can't connect on my PC anymore. But a lot of people have been dropping comments in the comment section, in the chat room rather. I lost a majority of your conversation, the point.
Can I say something? Because everybody's saying everything in the chat comment. The reason why I touched on that because it was mentioned. Because you got to realize that the culture in the U.S. is very diverse and is very different, and everybody don't know everything in Nigeria. Everybody don't know that. So if this is an opportunity for Nigerians to teach about your culture, because maybe if you teach about the culture, then people will say, "Oh my God, you know."
What culture?
Like for instance, a lot of people don't know that Edo is right there in Nigeria, and Edo is in Nigeria. They don't know that. So when they're saying stuff, they don't even.
Knows that Edo is in Nigeria.
The Edo people.
Yes.
My friend is from Edo. So they don't know that. So I feel like it's just, and I'm not even trying to bash them out. I just feel like it's an opportunity to just share that with them, because I just shared that just so we can say that, because everybody's listening. So if everybody's listening, of course you're going to say that. But my whole point is that regardless of what's going on, all the stuff that's going on worldwide is just a rebellion, or I would say a revolution against the corrupt government system. Everybody wants power. The Muslims want power. China wants power. But China don't believe in no Muslim nothing. They believe in a whole nother thing. Worship me, worship me. And China is oppressing everybody. I didn't even say China wasn't oppressing people. So let's get that together, people. China is oppressing people. So I just believe that the agenda is all about world domination. And I truly believe the Asians and maybe even Russia, they're above they're going to be above the Muslims, because look at China. China is killing Muslims. I mean, come on. So I just believe that Nigeria or even Africa should be focusing on, let's make a prayer wall for Nigeria. Let's pray about the peace in our country. Let's pray about the peace for our people, because if Nigeria is affected, every other country is affected. That's how I see it. Think about it. All of a sudden, this is going on when repats are coming, diasporans are coming back. They're thinking about doing all these things. All of a sudden, all this diabolical confusion is happening in the midst of us. So I just believe that we're at a crossroad. And at the crossroad, it can either break you or make you. And we have to make a decision if we're going to come together and we're going to stand up for the truth and say, you know what, we're not going to accept foolishness in our country no more. We're not going to accept persecution against our people anymore. And I just believe that this is an opportunity for the church to really stand up for truth, because it's right before your face. I mean, if somebody is just coming after people that look like you, I don't know. I think that should be talked about in church. I mean, why we can't talk about his fruits? I just don't understand that. Why are they overlooking his fruits? You hear this from every preacher. You hear this from every preacher. You hear this from majority of the preachers in Africa. You hear this from preachers in the US. You hear it from preachers in the Caribbean. Oh, Trump, 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 Trump. Very few people talk about his character. Very few people talk about his fruits. And if we want to talk about God, let's talk about the fruits. That's the problem. Let's talk about the fruits. Because as far as I see, in tree bear, him not have enough fruits. And let's just call it what it is. And just because I don't really go dig his character doesn't mean I trust Biden either. We don't have, our freedom and liberty does not have to be in a president. That's what we need to get. Oh my God, the American president. God gonna show everybody that America is not always the answer, because America is crumbling before our eyes. It's crumbling before our eyes. It's in right in the place where all those other people want him to be. And as far as I see, Fauci and Gates is American, European American. They're not no citizen of no other country but the US. So let's talk about that. So what is the question here? I don't see how it's going to help Nigeria. I just don't see it. But I'm not saying that we can't pray for Trump. I just believe that this is a time where all this going on. He should have had a prayer wall and say, let there be peace in our country. Let's overturn the government. Lord, put in a new seat. Lord, do this for Nigeria. That's what he should be praying. And that's all I got to say. We're done.
All right.
I want to say something before I go, because I'm about to go. I just want to so everybody in Nigeria and Africa mainly, to, you know what I'm saying, I just want them to know that what's most important right now with mainly Africa, because it's already been established that y'all can't trust none of y'all leaders. Y'all can't trust none of your government unless y'all know of a real solid political figure over there that you know is for the people. You can't trust them unless y'all know soldiers personally that y'all know y'all can trust.
That's true.
Y'all can't trust them. And what Africans need to do right now is put prayer. If you want to pray, you pray all you want. But in the meantime, while you do that, y'all must physically and mentally prepare for some type of physical revolution, because it's looking very, very possible. That's the last thing anybody wants. That's the last thing anybody wants, but it's a big possibility throughout the world right now that there's gonna have to be a big mass revolution with the people. And I don't want nobody to get too tied up in religions, because I don't get tied up in it no more. I'm tired of it. I want to see action, and the only way we're gonna get some real results around here is if we take action through ourselves. It's not, nobody's gonna come through the sky and do it for us. And we gonna die and leave our kids behind if something is not done while the real revolutionary minded people are here right now. And what I want Africa to know is that y'all have the full support of the real African Americans around the world and wherever else they may be. Y'all have the real support of us. And we are trying our best, because it's gonna take money. It takes money to make these types of moves, because we stuck in this system. And in this system, it's gonna take money and resources. So everybody needs to do their part, to do whatever they can to pull together as many resources as they can, money or whatever, link with people in Africa. Like I was asking Virtue Grace if she had a Cash App or something where we could easily transfer money to people over there in the motherland, so y'all can use that money to get resources that y'all need. But y'all need weapons. Y'all need to make sure y'all need weapons. I don't care. You need weapons, preferably guns. You got to form an army, and you got to have food ready, and y'all need to, as hard as it is for African Americans to come together and work together as a unit, I think that Africans will be able to do it easier than African Americans right now. Africans need to come together as a unit. As many of y'all as possible need to come together, form a strong unit of weapons, food, shelter, and everybody needs to care for everybody right now and stay vigilant. Don't get lost in religion and don't get lost in America sending help right now, because ain't nothing guaranteed for nobody right now. And I'm not putting my full trust in no government. I don't have my full trust in Trump neither. I'm still watching him. I'm still watching that nigga. I don't trust him. He ain't my people at the end of the day. But from the research I've done on the man, I believe that he's running down on corrupt government officials in America. That's what I think. But I'm still keeping my eye on him. I want to see arrests and I want to see executions. Personally, when I see that, then he'll have my trust. But until then, I'm stockpiling weapons. We holding down food. And I went to a rally yesterday downtown in Richmond, Virginia, and there was some Nigerians out there. A lot of Nigerians. Matter of fact, it was a whole lot of them, and they was raising awareness about SARS. And I bought a F Buhari shirt. It's a F-U-C-K Buhari. I bought a shirt from them, and I took a lot of pictures with the Nigerians, and I got a lot of their numbers. So I'm networking with Africans in the city. Finally, I was able to catch up with some real ones. So if it do go down, I'm gonna be calling their phone and say, "Hey, I got weapons over here. Y'all can come over here."
I mentioned it the other day about talking about weapons and all. There's a comment on the screen here.
But I'm not gonna show them, but we have to talk about it.
YouTube.
It must be talked about, and I'm gonna leave you with that. It's a sad reality, but it's a reality. I'm gonna leave y'all with that because we got to go to the store. But I want to wish y'all luck. If I could catch y'all on another joint and we talk some more, we can do that. But you know what I'm saying? Love to all of y'all. Everybody in the comments. Don't put y'all trust in no government, and prepare yourselves for anything.
There's nothing wrong, like in terms of a revolution. There's nothing wrong.
Hold on, Rachel. Okay. Brother Nice, speak. You've been trying to come up all evening, so now you're up.
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I was trying to come around there. Okay. Like what this brother was trying to say, I wanted to tell him that we don't need weapon to fight anything. We don't need any weapon. What we want to use to deal with our politicians is our PVC. They're waiting for 2023. Yeah, that's what we want. We don't want any violence anymore. We don't want to lose our citizens anymore. The people that died in Lekki Tollgate, I cannot get over it till now. Since then, I was depressed, For those people that died, I cannot get over it. So I don't want any Nigeria, I don't want any of our citizens to lose their life anymore. For this whole fool, you understand? What we'll do is for us, the youth, to wait for 2023 to vote this away from power and put people that is ready to lead that country. And young people, we don't need goals anymore. So that's what I want to say about that. Then you talked about the Nigerians that was praying for Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
So, what I want to say about those Nigerians that is praying for Donald Trump, I think the reason why they are doing that is because, Donald Trump support church a lot. You understand? So it's because of that. I think that's the reason why they pray, because they want to get that same privilege they had to pray, because they have to believe that if Donald Trump is not elected, church might be stigmatized in US. If any other government that comes to power if they don't support ministry, so they might be stigmatized in that country. So I think that's the reason why church are trying to push to support Donald Trump, to make sure that they want to pray for him, to make sure that he succeed and come back to in power, because he is the only president that supports freedom of religion. You understand, to worship. You understand? So I think that is the motive behind that prayer. So I cannot blame them for praying for Donald Trump. And no matter where they are, they can still pray for Donald Trump. They can still pray for Nigeria as well at the same time. So there's nothing wrong about that. You understand? So that is just what I want to say. And I don't want to talk much about US, because it doesn't concern. I'm not a citizen of US. I'm a citizen of Nigeria. So it's what is happening in my country. That is what I focus on. Is my interest. You understand? So I'm still talking about the thing that happened in Nigeria. That's what I'm not still over it yet. Then we are talking about Donald Trump. What is my business between Donald Trump and Nigeria? So
Yeah,
I
so
just pray. What I want is that my country to come out strong from this revolution, from this bloodshed. I want Nigeria to come out strong. I want Nigeria to come together, the youth, to vote out all those old politicians. That is what I want. Bless
yeah,
you,
so
Grace. Nice
just
speaking
like
with you. But I'm not happy with you, Grace. You hold me
what
here long time. You do that always. You always
it
hold me
wasn't.
backstage.
Listen, it wasn't me. Your device, if your
Hello.
device is not connected, I can't add you. Can you listen? Can you hear me?
Hello.
If your device is not connected, I can't add you. Your device was not connected. You were showing in backstage, but your device was not connected.
Hello.
So there is no way I could have added you to the stream.
I had the same issue.
Hello.
I can't hear you. Your network is probably bad.
We can hear you.
Hello.
We can hear you.
So you see, that's the problem with his internet. Oftentimes he wants to come up here, but then his internet is messing up and I can't add him up. Sometimes he can't hear me when he comes up. So that's the issue. It's not about me not wanting to add you. So please don't be angry. Don't be angry with me. Yeah, so someone said here that the youth need to unite and vote out these people. As far as revolution is concerned, I share the same sentiment with Aunt Flo. I pinned a comment on the on the screen. That's because yes, we agree that there are issues we need to deal with. Do we need a revolution? Yes, a revolution that would see changes happen. But as far as taking up arms and fighting and killing and all, we are not sure we want to do that. We experienced a civil war that has left a lot of Nigerians scarred up till this time. So we don't need a repeat of that. For us in Nigeria, the constitutionally available means for us is our elections, which is coming up 2023. I know a lot of people share the sentiment that, oh well, are you going to wait for Buhari up until 2023? Are you all are you all going to let him stay and all? But yeah, that's it. That's what we need to do. That's what is available to us. And I tell you what, youth are already organizing, strategizing, and planning. The conversation is really one that is has surprised me. A lot of times, Nigerian youth are usually less concerned and care less about elections in the country. But this time around, youth are already asking and demanding that the government should already roll out the election processes of registration, issuing voter card to citizens, so that they don't have to wait until 2023 before they start doing that. Because when they do that, they disenfranchise a lot of people. A lot of people don't get to register. A lot of people don't get voters card, so they are not able to vote eventually. So now people are already saying INEC, which is the Independent National Electoral Commission, the body that conduct elections and regulate it in the country, should already roll out plans and start registering people already. So that's the conversation that youth are already having. And for me, it's really encouraging to see and hear a conversation like this going on in the country already. So as far as the topic is concerned, in a Nigerian church that held a prayer for Donald Trump, someone made a comment earlier that I pinned on the screen that that one church praying for Donald Trump and a few opinions of some people on YouTube do not represent the entirety of the opinion of Nigerians as far as Donald Trump is concerned. And I think that that's the sentiment I share as well. That's just that particular church, and that's their opinion and the opinion of a few Nigerians. Majority of the Nigerians really do not care much about it, and I agree that a good number of Nigerians also still do care about America. They say America like the promised land and all. So the basic fundamental question I asked for this stream was, what do you think about this whole thing? Like, is it even relevant? Is it necessary? And that's what a lot of people have been attempting to respond to here. I just want to caution us, please, cut down on all of the sensitive issues in America and all of the conspiracy theories, because YouTube sends us a lot of these conversations. So I don't want a situation where my channel would run into problems and I will lose this platform. I'm not get to have other meaningful conversations with you as well. So please, as I give you the opportunity to express your own opinion, bear that in mind that YouTube censors these things. So filter some of the things you are saying so that my channel doesn't run into troubles. Thank you. Okay, so leave lights. Yeah.
Okay, so let me, if I can, if you guys will, please listen to me to give you some context regarding this prayer for Trump and Trump being a type of Cyrus. First of all, Cyrus was the one who appointed or proclaimed, Hadad, that the temple should be rebuilt by Israel. Okay. Now, when you look at the pictures of the Egyptians and you look at the pictures of the Egyptian slaves and the people sent into Medo-Persian captivity, they look just like you. The people who built America look just like you. These are the kingdoms talked about in Scripture, that Israel would be taken into captivity into the four corners of the earth and oppressed, and there would be a last 400-year period. Now back to Cyrus. Cyrus was the king of Medo-Persia. There were two Cyruses, one who freed Israel from Babylon, the first Babylon, and then another one who proclaimed that the temple should be built. He was the son of Esther. Esther was a Jew, a Hebrew woman who married the king of the Medo-Persian Empire. So he proclaimed, so he was half Hebrew, in other words, half black, and he was half Gentile, because Madai or Medo-Persia is a Gentile white European empire. Those people currently today are the Iranians. Those people are in Iran. They are the people of Damascus. They are the people of Damascus. They are the Iranians, whom the Americans have been attacking forever. So there is no way on earth that Trump could ever be Cyrus, because he's pure Gentile. He's not half black Hebrew, and he's not Iranian. And America has had the worst campaign against Iran. The only one who supersedes them in that is the nation of the so-called land of Israel, who are supporting the United States. So I want to just clarify that. He is not Cyrus on any level, not genetically, not spiritually. We know that he has had multiple abortions. He's had women have multiple abortions. He's outright said that in media, in news. He's not a Christian. Now let's talk about Christianity. Christianity is not the belief system that I'm talking about. You being Israel and your history being in that book is not Christianity. Christianity is a white man's religion. Jesus is a white man. The true Messiah was actually black, and he was descended from the people of the diaspora who've been enslaved to the four corners, and of whom the Igbo are part. Now, Igbo, the word descends from the word Hebrew, Eber or Hebrew. And when you talk about the Ivrit tribes in Nigeria, they are Levites. It's a etymological.
Madam, that is not true. That is not, Madam, that is true.
There are other teachers who are teaching this in Nigeria. So whether we can talk about that another.
Excuse me, sister. Hello, sister.
Let me finish what I'm talking about. Talk to me about it after. Let me finish my train of thought, please.
Hello, sister.
So let me can I finish talking? Because I have not finished what I'm saying. Another thing I want to say is that
Rachel, 1 minute to finish up, and then another person talks.
Okay. So the people who are what you call Moors, the word Moor is derived from the land called Moreshgaff and Mount Moriah, and the word More, which means teacher of the law. And these are, Mordecai was actually a prophet of Israel. So these are the Israelites. It's another name they call themselves. Their identity was then stolen from the Ishmaelites when they went into captivity. So we must be very clear. There is and of course the Ishmaelites have enslaved Israel for the longest. They are continuing to enslave the Bantus people in places like Liberia, where you can see hundreds of black men put into swimming pool type structures to be sold as slaves. They're still selling the people of Israel, and they've sold the people of Israel longer, the people of the African diaspora and transatlantic slave trade, longer than anyone else. My last thing I'm going to say here is I am not saying you guys should have a revolution. I don't think you guys would win, frankly. I am saying gather together, protect yourselves. Your leaders are your actual enemies who sold us and you into slavery. And before you even started rioting, they were going into your homes and killing you. Okay? So I'm saying and this is I'm anti-Christianity. I don't believe in it, but I believe in the Bible and I believe in the Messiah, but not as the Western world has taught it. You have the right to defend yourselves with weapons. You have the right to live, and you have the right to gather together to protect yourselves. I'm not saying get weapons to go out and start a revolution. I'm saying get them to defend yourselves, because they're already coming into your homes, and it's going to get worse. And it's not going to work for you to negotiate with your enemy. You've seen it again. I'm going to say it again. Has it worked in America? Has it worked for you for the last 400, 500 years? No. So you think because the youth don't know their history and are not looking out at what's going on in the rest of the world, at all of the diaspora, and not seeing that this is completely ineffective, and the reason why people are still being shot and killed is because peaceful protest doesn't work, and negotiating with and asking your enemy to treat you like a human being does not work. You guys are going to go and negotiate with them. They threw you out into the water like the babies that were sent over in the slave trade into America. Then you're going to be shot and killed. You're going to stick your hand out for them to save you. They're not your savior. And they're going to say, take our deal. We're going to make it look like it's what you want, but it's going to be what we want. And you're going to be further enslaved. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Okay, Ines is trying to come up. Her device is not connected. Brother Nice, yes, you wanted to say something. If you can hear me, Brother Nice, you can unmute yourself and speak. You see? He's not talking. Okay. Ines, you're trying to join live, but your device is not connected, so you might need to check
we have to be trying to. Hello.
Go on.
Yeah, I want to talk to this sister. Okay. Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Go on and speak. I can hear you.
Are you hearing now? Yeah, are you hearing me? Are you hearing me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you
now.
Go on and speak.
Hello. Hello.
See, that's a frustration.
We hear you. Just talk.
I don't know why his internet is always like this.
It's not working.
Okay.
Not working.
I was trying to speak to this sister that just left. If she wants to discuss, she have to discuss things that is very relevant. She don't have to be. I see most people always deviate from. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I'm speaking now. I said a lot of people come here to discuss things that is irrelevant, which is hello, hello. I said
We hear you, Uncle.
people are coming here.
Go on.
I said hello. 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 Are you guys?
That's really frustrating because I don't know why his internet is like that. Maybe you might need to call in again because I can hear you. Everybody can hear you. I don't know if the delay is from his network. So it really gets frustrating when he keeps saying hello, hello, and I can't hear him. Yes, so people are making comments with regards to Rachel's point. Um, we can hear you, sir. Go on and speak. Okay. International. Okay. Someone is making reference to Interpol. I'm trying to read some of your comments so that we, don't ignore those in the chat room. People who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Yeah. I feel this lady speaking is lost anyway. Okay, he says anyway, that's his point of view. Yeah. Someone else says this sister is talking hardcore truth. Rachel, you are speaking truth but using wrong topic and platform. Yeah, so different opinions here. The basic conversation here is a Nigerian church holding a prayer for Donald Trump. What do you think about that? Someone is saying Black Shane, you can use the what do you call it? The super chat button on the screen, the dollar button, you can use it to donate. He's asking how he can donate to my channel. So you can use the super chat button there to make your donation. If you would prefer to send via PayPal, I'll drop my PayPal account there for you. Ines is trying to join. I don't know if Ines, you might need to check your device because you are showing in the background, but it's saying your device is not connected. So I can't add you if your device is not connected. Move to the kitchen. Who should move to the kitchen? People who do not. Okay, I've read that. This is heartbreaking. There are still kids in cages here in America because of Trump. Well, that's unfortunate. Grace, okay, I've read that. Yeah, so if you would like to come up and add to the conversation, I'm dropping the link again. Please, when you come up, try to stick to the topic at hand. Let's have the conversation for today, and then would have conversations about other historical and religious things. We are talking religion today, but we are looking at the church held a prayer walk for Donald Trump. Given the political situation in Nigeria as it is now, with the police brutality and all of that, people of the opinion that this church probably didn't hold a prayer walk against police brutality. They did not mobilize their church, their congregation, but they are here mobilizing a prayer walk for Donald Trump. So what do you think of that? That's the conversation we are having. So I've dropped the link again. We are not going to be up very long today. So if you would like to come up and express your opinion about it, click on the link that I've just dropped so that you can join the conversation.
Hello, Grace. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Just briefly, is it
Okay.
a possibility that the youth can at least, come together, and I don't know if it would be seen as a form of disrespect, but just a humble way to go to use the church leaders to try to be a political force, to try to, I think it'd be an influence to them, changing the whole system and helping them put in the right leaders. I mean, is it a possibility that can happen?
Yes, it's a possibility. Actually, the church in Nigeria is involved. To be honest, when this EndSARS protest started, the church in Nigeria was fully in support of it. Like church leaders, Nigeria is a very religious country.
Yeah,
There
we
are
know.
and all. And there is an organization called CAN, that is Christian Association of Nigeria. That's the umbrella body under which all churches in Nigeria, are regulated. And they actually gave their support to youth for the protest and all. The Catholic Church is also involved. Why people said this was this particular church, just the whole sentiment with Donald Trump in Nigeria. A lot of people really don't care about him, and people are like, why is this church even holding a prayer walk for him when this particular church did not even probably say anything about the NSAS protest, the police brutality? They did not hold a prayer walk for the church. They are here, for the social cause, but they are here holding a prayer walk for Donald Trump. So that's what brought about the whole conversation. So now we have Ines and Flo in the house. Ines has been trying to join for the longest time. So Ines, you have the floor now. 2 minutes, and then Auntie Flo will take the stage.
Hi guys. Sorry, I just had internet issue and stuff. But what I want to say is that we as black people, like I always say, we have to stick around. We have to know who is the enemy first, and also the fact that like the church is doing that, we already know. It's not something. It's today that they're doing that. We already know that West, those churches stand up. For me, if I was a leader, I would have closed those churches and made hospitals and stuff, made more schools. So the fact that they're doing that, it also shows that like how we believe that you guys say like, oh, we moved down 1600 years, we moved down, and we don't have that slave mentality. Most of us, they still have that slavery mentality. They believe in that what is white is more pure, is more right. So the fact that they're doing that, I feel like those churches need to be shame on them. I feel like those youth have to go to those churches and destroy. I'm sorry, who is Christian there, and start destroying, burning those churches because they don't add any value in our life. They don't add value in us, because if I was there, I would have started smashing those chairs. Even the pastor, I would have slapped those pastors because I feel like they don't do anything. I'm sorry for those Christians, even those mosques, I would have slapped those mosques and stuff because they don't add anything economically, politically, emotionally, spiritually. I don't like churches. I don't even like those pastors. I can't stand pastors. I can't even stand those Muslim priests. I can't stand none of them. So it's just our leaders, man. Even though a leader, that if I was out, I would have slapped the shit out of them because I'm sorry to cuss because it's annoying. It's actually pissing me off. I'm sorry for the words that I'm using, but the fact they're doing that, they're praising Donald Trump bad dickheads. It's just disgusting. I'm a fume. Like I don't want to say enough because I'm boiling. I don't want to say.
All right. Ines spoken. Aunt Flo.
Yeah, hi. Anyway, today is a very funny day. How are you, everybody? Yes, Alubini, how are you? No, but seriously, thank God we're back on topic because I entered the room and I had to go to bed. So thank you, Grace, for saving it and moderating very well. But yeah, in the midst of an African crisis, there are some people in a little church in Africa praying for Donald Trump. Well, yeah. The world has gone cuckoo. There are some people that are cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, really. Because, I mean, what's the point of, praying for racists? But then again, we have the right to do whatever we choose to do if we want to do it. That's the good thing about being a human being. It's only an animal you can force to do your will. It is not a human being. So, well, in the midst of all that, they couldn't find it in their Christian hearts to even pray for the terrible things that happened on Lekki Bridge and stuff like that. Well, that's sad. That's very unchristian. If we have to talk about the Bible, that's extremely unchristian. It is not done like that. But if that's what they choose to do, may God bless them indeed. Because I mean, right now the youths need to sort themselves out. I personally think that there were only 100,000 altogether, I think, that came to protest on the Lekki side. Then there was Edo, Abuja, whatever, whatever. So I just think that the next time the youth want to actually protest, the way you should actually do it, you should actually go in front of a government building, just like the people in England were doing when we were screen and SARS. We were students.
I can't hear him. I can't hear her anymore. Can anybody hear her or hear me? I don't know if it's my network.
I think she muted herself by accident.
No, I can't hear her.
I can hear you.
Okay.
This is what happens with her stuff too, unfortunately. I think
Yeah,
they don't like
but
what she,
her
they don't like
device
what she
is
says, so
not
they cut her off.
connected. Yeah, her device is connected and disconnected now. All right, so we're
May
going
I
to start rounding up the conversation. I'll
may I just add something? I don't believe what I'm saying have said up to leading up to this is off topic, but I think because we are talking about the churches and religions, and I'm giving you some history on where the fakery started, because I think that's essential. But coming back, if you want me to speak more directly about it, I think the only smart thing the churches did was to appeal to Donald Trump. And I do know there were, I don't believe in Christianity, like I said, but I do believe there were churches that actually allowed people to bring some of the bodies and the injured people in there. So, but I think that's the hearts of your people, not the religion. But that being said, I do think the smartest thing that Nigerians can do is to appeal to Donald Trump, and the youth should actually ask if they can join the American military in Nigeria. And this is going to sound crazy, but the reason why I'm saying that is America's definitely going to fall. It is Babylon. And if you guys can get into their military and get their guns and get into all of their operations, then when America falls, you will be standing with your country under your feet and in full control of it. And that would be the second smartest thing you can do before running. So that's what I'm going to say.
All right, thank you. Heavenly Beautifully Black, you've been up a long time, so your final words. We're trying to
Okay.
round.
Yeah, I was
Floyd,
gonna go. You know, my final words would be that I just think that we just need to not be look. I think our problem is that we always look into other places to be our savior. You know, especially as Black people, I think we need to start believing in ourselves. Nigeria is well equipped and capable of rising from the ashes on the even by themselves. Nigeria could do it. I think what we should do, they should just focus on just being unified. The church need to stop being brainwashed. I just gotta tell it like it is. I just feel like they're brainwashed. I mean, there's so much brainwashing going on. It's like, you know how they say when you eat in a dream. I feel like everybody's eating cuckoo puffs in a dream. Everybody done gone crazy. And I just feel like we just need to be very watchful and careful. I think sometimes we're always looking somewhere else for something else to be our answer, when sometimes we have the solution within us collectively as a people. And I just think we just need to stay focused. I believe Nigeria is at a crossroad. I'm not shocked. I think we need to all expect uprising everywhere, everywhere. And lastly, what I want to say is, yes, America is going to fall. And that's something that I believe Africans need to think about. Continental Africans, not saying I'm not Africa. And we need to have another plan. and what we're going to do, how are we going to survive, how is this going to affect us? Because if America falls, think about it, where are all those black people going? They coming to Africa, included me there. Everybody is going back home. So I mean, it is a prophecy, and I mean, look what's happening. So I just believe God is just is putting Africa in a position to rise up again, even though world powers, it seems like they have a plan to come in and make some kind of agenda to have an excuse to take over. It's like they're trying to repeat what they did 300-400 years ago. So we just need to be very watchful. I do believe that it's time for unity, because I want you to think about it. You have a whole bunch of people coming again against the entire continent, not even Nigeria, right? What are you going to do? Oh, Sierra Leone, Nigeria. Then you have South Africa, and you have this country. Now I'm Zimbabwean. No, I'm not Nigerian. No, everybody have to come together. I think one of the greatest influences in Africa would be Julius Malema. And I will think about what kind of leader it would be good for Nigeria. I don't believe that the government system should be totally destroyed, but I believe it's like you're doing a renovation. Just knock down everything that is not good and build a better foundation. And that's all I got to say. I believe in you guys. You guys have a very alpha DNA, which you've spread along the whole world. And I believe you guys can make it. Sometimes we are our own enemy. Nigerians' enemy is themselves. Meaning they're so powerful till they can become their own enemy if they're not careful. So everybody's on YouTube, everybody in the communities, just be a light, be a solution, be an encouragement to encourage the youth, because they probably feel tired and they're ready to die. You know what I mean? So we're just at a crossroad. You guys could turn around. I'm waiting because I want to come to Nigeria. I was supposed to come to Lagos. I'm like, oh my God, it's the devil. All right. And just be encouraged. I love you guys.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
Everything will be fine. We'll get through it successfully on the other side. Ines, oh, Ines, hold on. Aunt Flo is back. She was talking before she went off, so Aunt Flo is back. Aunt Flo, you have the floor now. If she's talking, I can't hear her.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just getting to the point. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can hear you.
I'm talking.
Yes.
I'm talking.
Yes, I can hear you.
Give me a second. Can you hear me now? Excellent. Okay. No, what I was saying that maybe with the next protest, they need to be better organized, because if you're going to do protests of that sort of importance where Nigerian youth want to take action and have a say in politics, it's better that you organize yourself to do it in front of government building with only the protesters there. So at least that way you won't get shot at if it's in front of a government building, because then the police or whatever won't be able to do that at all. Yesterday, I was very, very happy to see that there was a video circulating around of an army personnel who actually warned a bunch of police officers in fatigues that if they were to carry on shooting upon the protesters, they were actually going to be charged. Like, I think the guy yesterday we were talking was PS Congo, right? And he said that, yeah, Africa is so backward that we don't have court martial. Well, I'm sorry to announce that we actually do. And that officer actually confirmed it by his own action when he threatened the police officer who had a unit about to shoot on the bunch of people. So let me tell you something. At the end of the day, I don't really particularly appreciate people from the continent but in exile who think that when they come and talk to Africans, they would teach us about our own history. I actually find that particularly offensive. Yeah, because I mean, don't think that because some people have had basic education in Africa, it is all of us who have not had access to private education in Africa. Because most of the people educated in Africa do have private education. So when people ask you a straight question, give them a straight answer instead of coming to tell us that the Edo or Edo people are one and the same. We know our own history. So I think God beg you, before the charity of Christ comes out of my heart, I would encourage my Black people from the divided states to stop being disrespectful to Africans when you talk to us. When we ask you a topic, could you just stick to it? You know, we are all entitled to our opinion, but we're not here for history lessons. Yeah, it's offensive and it's tedious. I don't like it. Okay, so let me get back to topic. So at the end of the day, my thing is, if you want to be organized in those things, I think that the demands of the youth should also be to ask for warrants. When police comes to your house, they shouldn't have immediate access to your premises. Just like everywhere else in the world, they need to have warrants before they enter your premises. It's the same thing for SARS. When they want to stop and search you, if they have a reason to be on the street, because that's out in the street, if nobody has called you about a burglary, that's a bit weird. Sitting in your office till somebody makes a phone call and tells you to get your fat backside to come and solve the crime. So obviously you've got nothing doing if you can be on the street, people, for why do you have a mobile phone and why do you have a laptop and you must be yahoo yahoo. So they have no job doing. So we must be their entertainment on the street. Hence the reason why they're abusive to the people of Nigeria. But anyway, yeah. Let's get back to that. So with the youth, always do it in front of a government of police representative there who cannot shoot at you.
Okay. So she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say, I need to answer some of what she said. And I'm not going to be mean about this, but I do have to say that we were sold into slavery by continental Africans. So let's start there. So we have every right to discuss what is going on in Africa from here, especially if we have a lot of education, not from private schools, but from having done our own research. We know that we are the people who established Europe as the Moors. We know everything that I've been sharing is relevant today because it identifies your enemies. If you want to speak as a Hamite and emphasize Hamitic and Kemetic history, the Egyptians were the first to enslave the diaspora. And so are the Ishmaelites for 10,000 years. So if you want to, for 2,000 years. So if you want to emphasize that whole history and continue to send your people out to be shot, their blood is on your hands. No, the history isn't tedious. It's actually relevant. If everyone is calling Trump Cyrus, then it's necessary to explain historically and biblically who Cyrus is. And so, no, I don't like your response. Just because you're living in England and you've actually been to Africa because of that privilege of your country is in a shambles because of the decisions that you guys made to sell us into slavery. And so you're living the consequences of that. Okay? You're sowing and reaping, and then you were scattered. So please don't tell me that I have no right to bring up these subjects. I
Okay,
am
can I just
of slaves of the transatlantic slave trade. I have British relatives who built England as the Maccabees, and I am a descendant of the Levites of the Ashanti tribe. I know my history. I'm not just relying on Hamitic books of history. And I'm not sending people out to be slaughtered when it's obvious all over the world what is happening to young people who stand out and get shot down by the police. So
can I
please,
just can okay, wait, Auntie.
I don't like
Okay,
it.
I'm so
I don't
okay,
like
sorry.
perspective. I've been respectful towards you. I don't deserve that kind of talk, but now I have to speak to you in a way where you will respect me if you're going to use that kind of language with me. And if
Right.
you want to debate it, I'll debate it.
Okay. Let's just
Because
let's just count.
that's the
Wait,
hand job, silencing you.
sorry. Can I just speak? I'm so sorry. Can I just speak? I'm gonna say something. Listen. We are not here to start disgracing people. We are here to find solution. We are here to unite. Like that's what I'm saying. Black people, we need to start uniting. We should start taking those BS away, far away. We are in a war. We are actually in a war, and we shouldn't put more fire in the situation, because we should unite, because the enemy is already looking at us like stupid. So all this BS we need to stop. First of all, I want to answer that. You know how your people, your Africans in America say that black people, all the black people sold you guys in slavery. I'm here to say that not every African country sold you guys in slavery. Angola was one of it. There's Queen called Zinga, Queen Anna Zinga was actually fighting for her people. There's other people. There's another one in Ashanti tribe. They were fighting for our people. And you can't always say like every African continent saw their people. And you have to understand that the white people, when they came to Africa, they were trying to divide us. They're trying to find dramas. That's the way to separate us. You understand? Not everyone sold their people in slavery, because that's just a disgusting statement to make.
No,
I love I no 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 let me answer. Let me finish.
mainly the Ishmaelites, but it
Let me
was
just
also
finish.
our people. And they've
Let-
actually done videos and admit it. I'm not saying it to condemn. I'm not saying it to tamp you down, but I'm just saying be careful about what you say. And no, I'm not an institutionalized, educated North American. I've educated myself. I've
I
read scriptures, I've looked at the Hebrew, I've studied our people's history, and I can tell you from beginning to end. So I am not a white educated or institutionally educated person. And all I ask is that you treat my commentary and me and people of the African diaspora with respect, and our input with respect, because I didn't use that language with you, and I'm not going to allow it.
sorry from behalf of all African that are watching, and also the other people in the continent. We are very sorry. We are very sorry for those people that make those stupid, sorry for my words, but stupid comments like that. We are very sorry. We really care for you people, because without you, there's no us. So we need each other. So one thing I wanted to say is, I just wanted to say my last comment to make. Auntie Flo, do you want to say something?
Okay, my internet logged me off as like it has been doing lately. Someone made a comment here saying someone should pay my MTN bills. One thing you need to understand is that internet in Nigeria doesn't work like in America or other parts of the world. If I don't have data, I can't even get on the internet. So it's pay as you go, not pay cumulatively. I already have data on my
Well,
phone,
I don't
so
want to say much,
service
because
that is
quite frankly, she wants to go.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Can I just make my comment?
Okay, Aunt Flo was talking. I lost her. We're trying to round up, so I want everybody to give their final words so that we can shut down. I'm going to work tomorrow. Yeah, so Aunt Flo, finish up on your point, then Ines, leave light, and then we'll shut down. 2 minutes, everybody. And Flo, if you can hear me, you have...
Yeah, go on.
Okay, Ines, maybe you should go.
Okay, what I wanted to say is I'm sorry the way I came aggressively in before when
Yes, go on.
I'm sorry the way I came when I stated my opinion, but sometimes you guys have to understand that this really is upsetting because we should never be in this situation that we are. But our leader keeps poking us. But what I want to say, my last comment to make is the fact that we should listen, guys. There's no such a thing as white Jesus. White Jesus will never drop down from that fake sky that will come and help our situation. We need to work hard. We need to put the work. If we, it's always they always say there's a comment they make. If you want to grow something, you have to work for it. If you want to succeed, you have to work hard. So we have to work hard for Africa one day to be something that people who will respect, will have the respect. They'll give us respect when we go to their country, the way they give the Chinese. So we shouldn't always think that other people will save us. We are our own saviors. Stop with those slavery mentality because Papa White Jesus from the sky will never come and help us. You know why? Because he or she does not exist, first of all. And one thing I wanted to say, please, black people, start loving yourself because there's no one who will love you if you don't love yourself. There's no one who will clean your house if you don't come and clean your house for yourself because they don't know it that well. That's why they can't figure out how the black Egyptian build the pyramids because they didn't build it. They didn't build it. That's why they don't know. They don't know the method, the strategies that they had to put, the work they had to put to build that pyramids. Because even though they say they say that that's them, but they don't know because that's not them. And I just wrote it down like, and one thing also other thing that we have to do is to forgive ourselves because it wasn't we should not blame ourselves for the struggle for 600 years. We should forgive us. We should forgive each other, and we should love our child. We should love
All right.
ourselves the way we love
She's
God.
frozen. Thank you, Ines. And Flo. Oh, she's not added to the stream. Okay. And Flo, if you can hear me, you have the floor now. Ines, Flo.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes,
I'm backstage.
you have added you. You are live now.
Yeah, can you hear? Can you hear me? Oh, excellent. Yeah, like I was talking about the mobilization, by thank you. I was talking about the mobilization, but today is obviously a very short show. And I was saying that the young people should include certain things in the constitutional demands that they have, but also they can get involved in politics. But I say that if you have to protest, it is best to protest in front of an official government building where your lives will not be put at risk at all when you make your protest, as long as you keep them peaceful. So whoever is accusing people of sending young people to murder, obviously are delusional, but I don't answer stupidities. I don't have time. So let's move on with other things. Yeah. So basically, also I said they insist for that the police should have warrants before they can enter your homes. They should also insist for warrants when they stop your car and they want to do a stop and search. You have the right, internationally, it happens in every other country, to know the reason why the police is stopping you and wants to search your car. And there should be due procedures for that. Nigeria is rather lacking on that. So those are certain constitutional rights that they should ask for. You understand? And also, the thing is, most policemen are not supposed to abuse you because that's against the infringement of human rights, to be honest. So even if they think you are guilty of a crime that they have not yet established you committed or did not commit, they're not supposed to actually put injury on your body. So there should be some things put in place for that. But I would strongly recommend that young people in Nigeria do take an interest in politics, because in the UK, when I was working for the House of Parliament, plenty of younger people took interest in politics from the age of 14. They were allowed to come up to the house and listen to live debates between politicians and between parties, and sometimes we had special occasions for them to come in the evenings too, so they could talk to maybe various MPs, i.e., in Nigeria, it would be senators or governors or whatever from your local, government state. So that would be a good thing to do, to get to know them face to face, to get to know their thinking, and also maybe to get some apprenticeships going. That's what I would strongly suggest. I had the Youth Party of Nigeria actually contact me today to ask me to join them in membership. So if you could set up your own little political parties, since obviously it doesn't take too much these days to build a website, I would strongly encourage that. I thank God I am not Jesus, but I know that Africa is going through a revolution. So whether other concerned parties from diaspora or not find that panicking, it is already God's plan. So it's not going to change. I'm very sorry, but that's the way it's going to be. It's already God's plan. It was meant to be. It started with Egypt when Egypt threatened their president and told him that if he doesn't resign, they're going to kill him. So that was what's been happening in Africa. It's just coming from the top all the way down, because we've all had enough. So it's already God's plan, and that's what it's going to take place. And if people choose to take up arms, I'm not responsible for it. So that, sorry to disappoint you, not me. Okay. So, like I would say, yeah, there are certain things in constitution that need to be sorted out, and they need to look at that very, very carefully by studying other countries in Africa and outside of Africa to sort themselves out. Okay, because there are certain rights that citizens have. You should even study the European Human Rights laws, which you can get access to online, okay, which tells you about your rights as citizens. So that way you can formulate the demands that you want to demand your government to put in place for you and your people. Basic education, like I said, is a requirement for each and every citizen. Yes, reading, maths, writing is very, very necessary. And there should be an average age of 18 years to leave school. And with regards to the Muslims, I would strongly recommend that you people fight to remove the age of marriage from the age of 9, which the Muslims have in place. And there is no pleasure you can get out of a 9-year-old girl. Let's be honest. So I think you need to bump that up a bit, because that's really child abuse. So if you young people want to go and fight about those things, then these are some of the things that you need to remove from the Nigerian constitution. Because any girl under the age of 14 who falls pregnant and has a baby can actually die of fistula. And considering the fact that a whole lot of Nigerians do live in very remote areas, and it's not that we can't access them medical care. It's just that some Nigerian scientists and inventors of instant hospitals, which are carried in a bag, which would give them access to those remote areas, are actually not practicing in Nigeria at the moment. They've taken their inventions to America. And that is where they are manufactured, and they're a bit too expensive for the people back home. You know what I mean? And there's nobody who's specialized in using those things. They're especially trained for it. So I'm sorry to say, but those are all the sorts of concerns that Nigerian people should look into. Because I think that no girl under the age of, shall we say, in England, they say that you can do it at 16 when you go to Scotland to go and get married, because they think you know your own mind. So maybe you can have those laws instead also changed to help the Islamic girls, in the northern states, so that they don't have to be used or victimized or forced into marriages that they don't want. Because I mean, what can you get out of a 9-year-old girl? Nothing. You know what I mean? Simple and short.
All right.
Damn sure we will have the conversation again.
All right. Thanks, Aunt Flo. On this note, to end the conversation, thank you all so much for tuning in today. I appreciate this conversation. For everyone in the chat room who has sustained the conversation in the chat room. Excuse me, I've been reading through the comments and all. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every one of you for coming and for your perspectives that you've added to the conversation. Stay safe. I uploaded a video earlier today. In case you've not seen the video, you can click on it after the stream to watch. Thank you all so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Grace.